What's up, everybody? Brendan here from Past the Controller, and I am super excited because this week we get to all play Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. And if you're like me, you are a huge fan of Yakuza Like a Dragon. This was my first foray into the Yakuza series, and I'm so happy that I get to continue Ichiban and the gang story. I'm a big fan. I've already played the game. You'll hear more about that later in the week on the podcast, but I am excited for you to not only get your chance to go back to Japan and then go to Hawaii, but also to enjoy a delicious cocktail crafted just for that experience. Something that I think not only Ichiban, but the Dragon of Dojima himself would be interested in sipping on. So, how we're going to make the Dondoko-nut Margarita. We're going to put ice in our shaker tin. I already squeezed these downstairs. You're going to do ½ ounce of lemon and an ounce of lime juice, fresh squeezed. I can't express the importance enough anytime I make a drink. You always want to use the freshest ingredients you can, and especially for citrus, you definitely want to use fresh lemons and limes whenever you can. It absolutely makes such a big difference in your cocktails. The next thing we're going to do, have our lemon and lime juice right here, already fresh squeezed. Get that in there with the ice. The next thing you're going to do is take an ounce of coconut cream. Make sure you shake that up good. So this is a tough one sometimes because it will potentially stick to the jigger, the measuring here. I usually eyeball it when I make my drinks, but we're gonna make a mess in my office because why not? This is probably gonna get stuck in here. That's totally fine. I'm the one drinking this, not you. You want to let that sit out, maybe warm up a little bit. You can cut it with water. That's not how I would do it. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm good at eyeballing stuff. I've been making drinks for a long time, so I would just personally eyeball it. But you can measure that with, you know, a bar spoon. You can. There are some more intricate ways to go about doing that, but that's not what I'm going to recommend here. So whatever you can get in there that works, totally fine. Next, we're going to take an ounce of a pineapple gum syrup. So if this is not something you can get your hands on, you can sub pineapple juice. The drink might be a little bit lighter, but it should still do the same thing for the most part. I mean, this is going to taste different and add some different qualities to the drink, but I highly recommend getting your hands on some pineapple gum syrup if you can, if you like to make tiki style cocktails, because I do from time to time. The next thing we're going to do is wipe our hands off because that was a very sticky measuring container. I talk great sometimes. Next we're going to do a ½ ounce of blue curacao. And this is absolutely gonna, one of these days when I'm making a drink up here in my office, going to stain everything because I'm gonna spill it. I can already see it happening. And lastly, we're gonna do 2 ounces of tequila. I typically drink reposado tequila, especially in my cocktails. You can use blanco tequila, whatever tequila tickles your fancy. Normally I would spin this over and use the other side of this, but because it is full of not only blue curacao, but coconut syrup and all other types of fun stuff, I'm going to just do a double measure here because I really don't want to make a mess if I don't have to. All right, so we'll get that in there. The next thing you're going to do, which is super important, is you're going to vigorously shake this. You want to get this concoction frothy and delicious. So get a good aggressive shake in there. Jiggle that down, let it drip in. Yeah, it's some nice foam. And I'm using a nice big cube in my glass, so we're going to double strain this so we don't get any of those other little ice chips in there. Strain it right over that big cube. Fantastic. Seriously, I like anything with nice little foam to it, nice little head. Speak my language. I love a good frothy cocktail. It's not thick, but it has a nice layer. It's just all about that body and texture. So for the last part of this, what you're going to do is take one of your fresh squeezed lemon wedges. You're going to take out the inside. So take a little knife or however you feel comfortable doing it and scoop out all of that innard of the lemon here. And then you're going to do a nice little angled slice. Stick that on the edge of the glass, just like that. Voila. We call this the Dondoko-nut Margarita. Cheers. Like, this is super lush. Absolutely fantastic. Not overly sweet, not too tart from the lime and lemon juice. Just an absolutely perfect crushable drink. If you were on the beach with Ichiban and the gang, you'd absolutely be slamming these back with them. If you were over on Dodonko Island, building up your amazing Animal Crossing style island, this is the perfect drink to go down with that. It's my drink link, so if you want to try to raise my friendship level and get me to be your best party member, this is the drink link that we're going to share together. So I hope you make this drink. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get to enjoy Infinite Wealth because I certainly did and still am. If you want to hear more of my deeper thoughts on the game itself, you can check out the Path Controller podcast later this week. We'll definitely talk more in depth about the game, as well as later on a spoiler cast with some guests as we talk about our full thoughts on the game with no spoilers. Well, with all the spoilers. That's how we do it. So enjoy this. If you do make it, feel free to tag us on social media at bgroom, at Pass Controller. Let us see it. We absolutely love when you make our drinks and share them. So I hope you get to enjoy the Dondoko-nut Margarita. I hope you get to enjoy Infinite Wealth, and we'll see you next time.